Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. It's the stars of tomorrow looking to get a good start to today. It is Clutch Baseball and Force Ohio getting us underway. It is day 2, game 1 of the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Good morning and welcome to Mural Field at Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. As today we have day 2, or really day number 1 on paper of the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Day 1 was somewhat short-lived yesterday, only 5 innings of work. 2-0 was the score, middle of 5, and that led us to our rain delay here at KSU. A rain delay that ended up being the second postponement at this facility this year. The first one, well, the first Kent State Invite all the way back in the middle of June. That was game number 3 getting rained out, and 4 and 5 likewise. Hoping to get today all the way done with, but that is far from a guarantee with rain on the horizon in less than an hour. The goal is to get through 4 games today. If not, it delays again. Tomorrow already has a partial game added on, which would be that game between, I believe it's the MAF Gators and Mash Factory Berkwin. That will be a 3:15 start time tomorrow. But focusing on today's matchup, it is Clutch Baseball and Force Ohio in the early morning slot here at 10:45. Should be a good game all the way around. Force Ohio, a lot of good NEO schools represented at both the freshman and JV levels this season, while Clutch Baseball, more of the Youngstown area, and also some varsity stars added into their ranks. It'll be interesting to see which side of Northeast Ohio, whether it be Youngstown or Cleveland, is able to prevail in this game, as that is really the battle that we do have on hand. I believe we just have had the coin flip, so that'll tell us who is going to be home and who is going to be away. And it appears the home team is going to be Force Ohio, as they are on the edge of their dugout with their gloves getting ready to go. That'll mean it is Jackson, Johnson, Wade, and Kyvan getting us underway for Clutch Baseball in this contest. Johnson, the center fielder, Wade, the right fielder, and Kyvan, the second baseman. They will be the first 3 hitters of the day for Clutch Baseball. Following them, it is going to be Schmidt, Rodriguez, Stewart, Craig, Snyder, Grope, Binder, and Harris. Clutch batting 11 in this game. Force only batting a total of 9. So we will see how that dynamic affects this game. Usually early on, it's the team with 9 players batting that gets an early lead, but by the end of the game, it's the group with 11, given the depth, that ends up winning the game. We will see if that is the game script to be expected for this one. Right now, the sun is out, as you can see on your screen. It is going to be a bright day, but at the same time, an overcast afternoon. We have had the sun come and go so far today since arriving on campus at around 8:45. We have had the sun out for about half the time and then dark clouds for the other half. Looks like the skies were going to unleash some rain a little while ago, but at least for now, we appear to be clear of Mother Nature's wrath. But I am sure by the end of today, there will be a lot of rain on this turf. And once again, the big question is, how much rain is too much rain for Schoonover Stadium to hold? On the mound today for Force, it is going to be Kalen Mulligan wearing number 27. Mulligan just finished up his sophomore season at Western Reserve. One of the eldest players on this squad for Force. You have a good amount of freshmen, but also two guys listed as rising freshmen in Driscoll and Terzel. Driscoll going to St. Ed's and Terzel going to Western Reserve. But otherwise, you see Aurora, Amherst, Walsh, and Solon represented along with Hudson. A couple of those teams making it to the Final Four. Walsh Jesuit losing to eventual D2 state champs Anthony Wayne 1-0. And then Amherst losing to Anthony Wayne in a very late game at Canal Park last Saturday. Two Giants of Northeast Ohio in D2 making it that far. Amherst season really impressive. None of the guys representing those squads, however, did play for the varsity group this year. But still, they have that championship experience, winning the district and regional titles before making it to the Final Four, or in Amherst's case, the state championship. That really sets the tempo and gives a good baseline for those programs to grow. And right now, as I mentioned in the intro, it's time for the Stars of tomorrow to prove that they are ready today to do some big damage. Stepping in for Clutch Baseball to get them underway, it is Jackson Johnson, the center fielder. Johnson just wrapped up his freshman year at Canfield on the varsity squad, a group that made it all the way to the Division IV regional final at Thurman Munson, only to lose 10-0 to eventual state champions Lake Catholic. That was Lake Catholic's first ever state title. They were able to take down Sandusky Perkins 3-2 on Sunday in the early hours of the day at Canal Park. But Johnson, 1 hit, 1 RBI on the year. Also 7 appearances on the mound, pretty much all in relief. The time is 10:49, and we are underway with a first pitch ball. Just to kind of set the stage for potential nuances in this tournament. 2-hour time limit, meaning you cannot start a new inning after 2 hours of play. 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, 8 after 5 are your run rules if we get there. Always good to set that stage early on just in case we do see that happen down the stretch. The 2-0. In there for strike one. Good work by Mulligan, using the upper spots of the zone to kind of set the tempo for that first strike. 2-1 count on Johnson. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. A lot of high misses so far for Mulligan. If he is able to really couple a ball with a strike, we could see some pitch tunneling early on in his outing. But right now, all he needs is a strike, and he will get it on the edge for strike 2. Full count on Johnson, 3-2 count. Good work by Mulligan to battle back into this at-bat. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it will be off the plate for ball 4. It is a leadoff walk for Johnson. Having that varsity eye in the box is definitely big for Clutch in the leadoff spot. You have not only speed, but also good plate discipline. A pitch like that looking like it was going to hit the corner before finally bowing out. That is a good whiff pitch for strike 3. But in this case, Johnson, well trained. With the leadoff man aboard, now it goes to Chase Wade, the right fielder. Wade comes to the squad by way of Plain High School. He will be a rising sophomore there in the fall. Mulligan's 1-0. Johnson will go. Pitches inside. The throwdown is not in time. Jackson Johnson, first stolen bag of the day, puts himself in scoring position. And now all it takes is a single to pretty much bring in the opening run, depending on where the ball is put in the outfield. Mulligan settling back in. The pitch. Once again inside and down low. I would say a pretty much dream start for Clutch Baseball. Leadoff man reaches on an elongated at-bat. Number 2 getting ready to walk as well. The pitch from Mulligan. Top of the zone for strike 1. Now 3-1. That late call really does burn Wade. Thought strike 1 was not going to happen. But in the end, it just clips the top of the zone. That time it is too far up, and it is ball 4. Back-to-back walks put the first 2 guys on for Clutch. And that'll bring in Johnny Keifman, the second baseman. But before that, time is called, and that is probably the right decision for Force. In a game like this, if the first inning gets out of hand quick, that is where you can start to lose your guys. It's a long tournament. Only one team gets a bye to the championship game, and that is the 1 seed. Only 6 teams in this second Kent State invite. Bottom 3 are in the silver bracket, top 3 in the championship when it's all said and done. 1 loss could realistically eliminate you from contention. We basically saw it last time here. 3-1 was the benchmark to even make the field of 6 for the championship round. And a loss early on in the day would be killer for one of these squads, both of which have another game today. I believe Clutch is back up after this, and then in game number 3, I think we do see Force once again. Either way, you can check the schedule by going to the 965 website or by checking the app called Exposure, or the third option you have, go to the channel, check the link times, and those will be your contests at those times. First pitch off the plate for ball 1 to Keifman. Mulligan struggling early on to locate the strike zone. And right now, this is a chance for Clutch to really show off their patience. Throw back to 2, not in time, and I believe it took an awkward hit off of Johnson at 2. He appears to be shaken. I assume that means it hit off of his back. And it appears that he is going to be okay, but still grimacing in some pain. But with a guy like Johnson, you look at that Canfield tag, and you all of a sudden know just how tough of a player he is. And that really does lend himself to this situation to hang on in. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. First whiff of the game forced by Mulligan on the mound. A lot of takes so far today from Clutch, and I believe that was the first swing. It has taken a little while to get it, but finally Mulligan starting to find a rhythm. The 1-1, a high hanger into the outfield, right field it goes. Underneath it is going to be the right fielder. He has it for out number 1, and cruising on into third is Johnson. That'll put runners at the quarters with 1 down. Good play out and right by Force. That was Ben Duke, the sophomore at Hudson, getting underneath it. So a good relay, put it in a good spot that also does not allow that runner from first to move up at the same time. Double play ball could be in effect here, but at the same time, even more so, a single scores the opening run. Quinn Schmidt looking to bring home Johnson. First pitch in there for strike 1. And that is where the quote-unquote pitch tunneling helps out the pitcher Mulligan. A lot of high pitches. The batter expected to stay high with that dip. It just looks like the same ones, but in the end, that break into the zone of the changeup gives strike 1. The pitch. That time it's too far inside. Runner will take off, and he is easily into second base. That should be scored as a stolen base for Chase Wade. Double play ball out of commission now for Force's defense. Runners at second and third, 1 down. The 1-1. Inside, swing and a miss. It was the late decision there from Schmidt that cost him in the end, and now 1-2. But a good job by Mulligan on the mound. One of his first inside offerings of the day. And that is exactly what he wanted to happen from that pitch. 1-2, once again inside, this time taken foul. Good adjustment by Schmidt in the box. You see him bring his hands in, kind of throw his hands at the baseball, and that is enough to get foul contact to see another pitch. That is a great example of adapting on the fly to the pitches you are given. 1-2 count after 2 inside pitches. This time Mulligan goes outside and misses the top corner. 2-2 the count. I like that combination still from Mulligan. Doesn't need to throw the most challenging pitch of the day, but combining those 2 inside pitches, going outside, a good chance for strike 3. That time just not getting it. 2-2 upstairs for ball 3, and we are full. The on-deck circle after Quinn, it goes to Victor Rodriguez, the first baseman. A chance for Clutch to load the bases in the top of the first. The payoff pitch. upstairs for ball 4. Third walk of the frame, and the bases will indeed be loaded for Rodriguez. The first baseman a chance to do some big damage in the early stages of this game. A really good start for Clutch. Not much needing to happen offensively other than patience. What can the Force defense cook up? First pitch upstairs to Rodriguez, ball 1. And I think right now, until he starts to get the breaking balls down into the zone, anything that looks high is going to be taken. 1-0, that time hangs high, goes down low for strike 1. I don't think it's intentional pitch tunneling, but either way, it gets the same job done. Really good combination by Mulligan. The 1-1. Once again, gets it done, now 1-2. Another off speed just gliding into the top of the zone. Protection time for Rodriguez with Stewart in the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. So Rodriguez, good patience there. Still looking for 1 to turn on. Mulligan's 2-2. Leaves it upstairs for ball 3, and we are full. We have seen some squeeze plays so far this summer. Now not the time, but definitely something to keep in the back of your mind with a full count. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. A massive first strikeout of the day for Kalen Mulligan. And just like that, it's out number 2. That definitely changes the dynamic of this inning. Still not out of the woods quite yet, but that'll help him get there. As you see it on your screen, perfect changeup right into the zone. And now that will bring up Craig. Craig, weak grounder over towards second base, and it will take a hit off of the runner, and that will retire the side. On paper, should go down as a fielder's choice, and the inning is over. Clutch Baseball had the bases loaded with 1 down. A strikeout and runner's interference follow, and that will leave the offense with nothing in the middle of the first inning. Bottom of the first up next. Force's offense looking to get some runs on the board when we return. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. After a good defensive stand in the top half of the first inning, it's Force's offense looking to get things rolling offensively in the bottom of the first inning. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. First pitch of the new half inning is taken low and outside for ball 1. Gavin Terzel, a shortstop, steps in for his first cuts. One of the guys getting ready for his first year in high school. Takes strike 1 in the middle. On the mound for Clutch Baseball, it is Grady Binder. Binder now a rising sophomore at Clyde High School. The 1-1. Ground ball chopped right side at second base. Kiveman has it. Throw to 1 is in time. It's 1 up, 1 down to begin the bottom of the first. Good simple put out by Kiveman, letting the ball travel to him. Keep in mind the turf, usually more predictable, but given the rain, the ball could really slow down a lot. Letting it travel to you, sometimes a good decision. If we do get some rain, I think we will need to see a play like that be charged at. But for the time being, a good job by Kiveman to let it travel to him. It's a simple put out to get us underway. Now it is Braden Gerard, the first baseman, stepping in. Gerard just finished up his freshman year over at Solon. Solon's baseball team, a good improvement from their 3-19 season of 2024. I believe around 7-15 this year, doubling their win tally. It is not a simple rebuild, one that will be completed in one swift move. But over time, that could easily be a good program once again. And keep in mind their head coach on the coaching staff of the 18U RBI Guardians, learning under one of the best coaches in Corey Douglas. That'll be interesting to watch next year if Solon can have a big standout campaign. 2-0 the count on Gerard. Ground ball once again to Kiveman at second base. Good snag, good throw, 2 up, 2 down. And what I like about that put out from Kiveman, it's a good fundamental ground ball play. Lets it come to him, gets around it, uses 2 hands, obviously the mitt to scoop it up, but also the throwing hand to make sure it stays in the glove and makes a good simple throw to first. In a game like this where we are looking for guys who can be standouts at the varsity level next year, you look for the fundamentals. As somebody who has covered baseball not only just as a media person but also as a player, fundamentals will get you extra reps at the varsity level in high school and even at the college level too. To see it at this stage, whether it be guys who are getting ready for high school or just completed 1 year of high school, that's what you want to see, and that gives them hope then for next year to be a standout guy for their clubs. Strike 1 taken on the corner. It is Jack Rachel, number 11, now in for Force Ohio. Rachel just completed up his freshman year at Aurora. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. A good elevated fastball from Binder. 1-2 the count. For Clutch in the top of the second inning, it is Craig, Snyder, and Grope in the 7, 8, and 9 holes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled away. First real fly ball, albeit a foul ball of the day. I believe we did, though, have one in the last inning, and that moved a runner up to third. But otherwise, a lot of ground balls in this game so far. Binder's 1-2 again. A good crack into the outfield, and it will be caught by the second baseman, Kiveman, to retire the side. A difficult ball to track into the outfield, but the second baseman gets the job done and completes his solo inning. 2 ground outs and a pop/line out over at second base. Kiveman doing it all for the defensive Clutch. And you see just a ball hanging into shallow right field. It's a good play, good movement by Kiveman, and the side is retired. Force goes in order in the bottom of the first inning. End of 1 at Schoonover Stadium. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3888 3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. One inning down, and we have two contrasting half innings. Top of the first, bases loaded, 2 down, nothing going for Clutch. Bottom of the first, Force goes in order, and that brings us to where we are with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the visitors set to swing here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Welcome back into Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this morning. First pitch of the frame, I believe, is going to be deemed a ball. If it was caught, could have been on that corner. But in the end, without that frame, really tough to see. 9 times out of 10, if the catcher can't bring it in, we're going to see it called a ball. 1-1 now the count. Once again, another good off speed into the zone by Mulligan. Good up and down movement from his pitches so far. That pitch fouled back by Craig, 1-2. It's CJ Craig, Mason Snyder, and Riley Grope in the 7, 8, and 9 holes this frame. Clutch's offense looking to get a run on the board here after stranding the bases loaded last time up. The 1-2 left upstairs for ball 2. After seeing Mulligan get his pitches down a little bit lower, he still hangs a couple up, hoping to get that swing and a miss. That time he does get the swing, but it will be chopped foul. Good survival cut by Craig to get a piece of the ball. Not an easy pitch at all to catch up to, especially with the movement. You have to be able to time it up perfectly. 2-2 goes top corner, unable to connect, and we are full. Without a full count so far, this one a big potential turning point for Force's defense. And it will not be. It's ball 4 upstairs, and this inning starts exactly like the last one did for Force's defense. 3-2 count goes south, and now it'll be ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard, and he will have a pinch runner come in for him. It is Ace Weigel, the freshman from Watkins Memorial, now on to run. That is a courtesy run for the catcher, but given that change, this could be a speed change as well. So we will see if the runner tries to take off or not. He will. Bunt shown, and it'll be called dead. 0-1 the count. Weigel immediately took off. A bold decision there to try and take second base, but I like the decision as well to try and lay down that bunt from Snyder. Playing small ball might be the name of the game for Clutch if they are to force across a run in this inning. We could see it again, or it could be time to swing away. Throwback to 1, not in time. Good move on the mound by Mulligan, trying to get the runner off guard. But a guy like Weigel coming in to run, he knows exactly what to expect from the pitcher, and that is a lot of looks. The 0-1 runner goes again. It's called a strike. The throw down to 2 is not in time. He just is able to beat it out. That'll be stolen bag number 1 on the day for Weigel. Stolen bag number 3 overall for Clutch. 2 traditional and 1. The runner was already halfway there. The ball went slightly left of the catcher. Not enough for a pass ball. But a 0-2 count on Snyder. In there for strike 3 looking. It's out number 1. Excellent work on the top of the zone by Kalen Mulligan. First strikeout of the day for either team. But that out not in vain for Clutch as the runner now stands in scoring position for Riley Grope. Swing and a miss. Once again, an elevated fastball from Mulligan. 0-1 the count. If you are Clutch, obviously you want that run to come home, but you have to be patient with those high pitches. You expect to see it. You cannot give free strikes to the defensive Force. Once again, elevated that time, maybe in the zone. Either way, 0-2 the count. After Riley Grope, it goes to Grady Binder, the pitcher. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. It's back-to-back strikeouts recorded, but the runner will still advance. Excellent work by Weigel on the base path to take advantage of the light throw back, albeit there's 2 down, but that will put the opening run 90 feet away. Binder looking to bring in the opening run of Weigel. A base hit gets the job done. That pitch missing a titch low for ball 1. In the bottom of the inning for Force, it is Duke, Pedraza, and Mulligan in the 4, 5, and 6 slots. Force will look to get their offense rolling after going in order last time up. Binder fouling that one off the ankle, 1-1. One of the more painful feelings in all of baseball, taking a foul ball off of either the leg or the ankle. Pretty much anything from the knee down, you're in a world of pain if it hits you. Mulligan seemingly settling on in. Looks to keep it that way on the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. The whiff rate this inning in comparison to the last is definitely the outlier to look at for Mulligan. Everything else pretty much the same. He's just getting more swings and misses. And that gives him a chance here to get out of the inning with, once again, no damage done. The 1-2 left upstairs, 2-2 the count. But on a 1-2 pitch, I really don't hate that location. A lot of high swings today from Clutch, albeit in a small sample size. If you're going to throw it out of the zone, that's the best spot to do it. 2-2 dips in, but line foul. Both sides doing great work on the mound. Mulligan kind of tunneling that high pitch with one dipping into the zone. Binder in the batter's box, able to catch up to it to foul it away. That is great baseball IQ in the box by the Clutch pitcher. The 2-2. Dips in for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Kalen Mulligan locks in inning number 2 and gets 3 strikeouts in a row. After none in the last inning and having the bases loaded, albeit the leadoff walk not helping the defense, he is still able to get back into this game and really start his day off in style. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish in a tournament like this. Mulligan shaking off the first inning, and he gets 3 massive outs. Middle of 2 at Schoonover Stadium. No score. Force looking for their first base runner when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Still 3 more games after this today on the channel. In the next game slot at 1 p.m., it is Clutch Baseball taking on the Power Baseball Club. Then at 3:15, we see Force Ohio back in action against the MAF Gators. And to close us out, it is Mash Factory Berkwin taking on the Mentor Cardinals at 5:30 p.m. Then tomorrow morning, we have 16U and 18U baseball over at Tri-C. It is the Erie Steelheads taking on Force Ohio. Then T3 Warhawks taking on Team Ohio Pro Select. You can catch all of those games and all of our games live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Strike one taken by Duke, 0-1 the count. Bender looking for his first strikeout of the day, trying to match Mulligan's efforts. Ball one taken up and out. Hudson had a great year in OHSAA play. The Division II squad made it to the regional semis, only to lose there, but that is their best season in almost a decade. A lot of teams having their best seasons in a long time. Carrollton down below Alliance. They just had their best season since the 90s. Same with Lakewood up by the lake. A lot of squads reaching uncharted territories this year, and that is a byproduct of the expanded divisions. 2-1 fouled away by Duke, now 2-2. Once again, Clutch batting a total of 11 guys in this game. Force only a 9-man rotation. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, fouled away. The cut's starting to get a little bit stronger as this game starts to move along. Definitely a hot, sticky day here at Kent State. All the rain we got yesterday, including a cancellation here. That combined with the storms looming, definitely an interesting day at the ballpark. Here comes the 2-2. Up and out for ball 3, and we are full. And a lot of full counts so far in this game. A lot more than I would say expected, but still a lot of good battles in the box and also on the mound. Not a bad game at all. Here comes the payoff pitch. Pops up, and it will squeak out of here foul. Force looking for their first base runner of the game. Clutch has already had a total of 4, all of which came on walks. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled away again. This time weaker contact sent directly back. Good fight in the box by the now rising junior at Hudson. Bender tries again. The payoff pitch. In there for strike 3 looking. It's 1 up, 1 down. And out of nowhere in this inning, both pitchers are starting to find their strikeouts. None in the first, 4 through an inning and a third in the second. Time now called. And it appears Clutch's coach is going to go and talk to his starter. Don't know exactly what the conversation is there. Could be a how are you feeling kind of conversation. Keep in mind, still a lot of games left to go in this Kent State invite, including on Sunday. You have to be able to save some pitching if possible. With today being Thursday, if he pitches maybe 60 pitches, or I think kind of the limit's 50, he could come back again on Sunday to close out the tournament. But once again, you kind of have to get to Sunday to address that. First pitch runs inside, and that'll be the first base runner of the game for Force. David Pederaza gets rung up on a hard 90. And now the sophomore at Amherst will reach. That is doing it all for your team. That is now the combined 5th base runner, 4 walks and a hit by a pitch. No hits yet for either squad. A very unnatural start to this contest. First pitch to Mulligan is on the corner for strike 1. This is our second pitcher versus pitcher battle of the game. Bender lost the first in the box. Mulligan able to strike him out, looking to retire the side in the top of the second inning. The 0-1, chopped right side. A good arranging play at second base. The throw to 1 is in time, and we do have a slight tango over at first base. It'll be out number 2, but that'll move the runner up into scoring position. We're going to watch this one just an obscure play over at first. Third putout as well of the day for Keifman at second. And you see it here, just kind of barrels right through. He did the right thing. He was in the base path, but the out recorded, it won't end up mattering. Just glad to see both parties are okay after that collision. Now the 7-hitter, Jacoby Shadle, steps in. The catcher looking to move the runner along. Strike one taken, lower portion of the zone. Shadle comes to the squad by way of Aurora. He just finished up his freshman year there. Once again, a lot of Aurora, a lot of Amherst on this squad. The 0-1. Just off the plate, evening up the count. Still a good miss by Bender. We saw strike one taken about that height on the first pitch. That time goes outside of the corner. Could have gotten that chase, but in the end, it's good plate discipline by Shadle. The 1-1, left upstairs for ball two. After Jacoby, it would go to Driscoll, the left fielder. Two balls, one strike the count. Bender looking to get out of the inning with a runner in scoring position behind. Swing and a miss, now 2-2. Great delivery by Bender, able to sneak that one past the swing of the catcher. For clutch next inning, it is 11-1-2, set to hit. The 2-2, well off the plate for ball three. Excellent snag behind the dish. Craig had to almost completely extend to get to that baseball, but in the end, able to keep it in the mitt. Excellent work behind the dish. Still a full count to work with. And here comes the payoff. Chopped foul by Shadle. He will stay alive for another offering. I will say I am really impressed at this level, given all of these foul balls. The plate discipline and the baseball IQ of these guys really high up, and really, we are truly seeing the future of the sport, and it is excellent to see here. Still a full count. The payoff pitch once more. Just off the plate for ball four, and that'll put on the second runner of the day for Force Ohio. Very close on the edge of the plate. Once again, going back to plate discipline. There it is once again. Shadle able to take, and that is the advantage of having your catcher in with two down. He knows when to swing, and he knows when to hold off, given what he has seen behind the dish. In baseball, it is commonly said that the umpire has the best view of the pitch, but really, it is the catcher. Cannon Driscoll now steps in. Driscoll taking strike one. Good middle location by Bender. Driscoll, one of two guys just finishing up middle school. He will head on off to St. Ed's in the fall to begin his time there as an Eagle. 0-1 off the plate. It is a pass ball, and that'll put two guys in scoring position. Another pass ball, and the opening run will score. Albeit these are tournament teams potentially used to these backstops, but a lot of even the high school diamonds in the area do not have this deep of a backstop. It is a traditional D1 diamond, so all that extra real estate behind you have to be ready to work with. The 1-1. Upstairs for ball two. After Driscoll, it goes to Westendorf. And then back to the top we go. Good spot for Force Ohio to strike first in this game. A lot of real estate up the middle. 2-1, take it upstairs for ball three. Once again, taking a bird's eye view of the defense, you see that hole over at second base. Short in a natural spot. Second base shifting towards the right side. Anything poked up the middle past the pitcher, and it's a 1-0 game. Here comes the 3-1. In there for strike two, and once again, we are full. Yet again, back to a 3-2 count. Second batter in a row to reach this stage. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hit foul. Now the survivals cuts begin. Both teams putting pressure on their opponents offensively early on. And that'll be ball 4 upstairs to load up the bases. Now a big spot here for Dylan Westendorf, the rising sophomore at Walsh, to put his team on the board. Summer ball is your biggest chance as a guy not on varsity to show your organization why you should be with the big boys. And here's a chance to really prove that here. Bring in a couple of guys to open up this game, and that will definitely put his name on the Walsh coaching staff's radar. Ground ball hit left side, scooped up at short. They go to 2 for the Force, not in time, and the opening run is on the board. Excellent hustle all the way around. It is Driscoll beating out the throw to 2 that scores the opening run. Nice hit ball in the infield. Obviously not the most power behind it from Westendorf, but puts it in a tough spot to work with over at shorts. And on that fielder's choice, the opening run does score. And as well, the bases will remain loaded. Back to the top we go with Gavin Terzel. Terzel in this game 0 for 1 with a ground out 2 seconds. The 0-1 almost hits him. Does an excellent job to get his bat down as well. If he did not get the bat down, then that ball could have been in play. Or if it hit him, it's 2-0. Trying times in the bottom of the second inning as Force does strike first. Good pitch on the quarter by Binder. Now 1-2 the count. Unlike Mulligan, Binder has been working a lot lower in the zone, going corner to corner, still on the lower half. Weak rounder left side, but it will break foul. These chop swings might not look the best off the bat, but if the defense can't make a play anywhere, it is a perfect ball. The scorebook does not discriminate if the ball is tanked deep to left center and 1 run scores, or if it is a bunt and a run scores. A run's a run. Just off the plate for ball 2. Good miss from Binder, just sneaking into the other batter's box. Now if you're the catcher, Craig, this could be a spot where if you expect an outside pitch, you angle your body, you have your right shoulder kind of pointed towards second base, and you plan to paint on that edge. Instead, Binder elevates a fastball, gets the swing and a miss, and the side is retired. It is strikeout number 2 on the day for Clutch's starter, and the inning is over. But not before Force Ohio is able to strike first. Excellent hustle on the bases, brings in the opening run. End of 2 at Schoonover Stadium. It is the home team up 1-0 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for being our summer ball sponsors, along with the 965 Midwest Challenge, who we are partnered with to bring you these contests here as a part of the 965 Midwest Challenge circuit. Top of 3 at Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. It is Force Ohio up 1-0 on Clutch. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this morning. We are around 45 minutes into the game, and so far we have had a lot of base runners, but no hits. A lot of free passes, a few fielder's choices, one field fielder's choice as well, and that is how the opening run of the game did score. 1-0 the count. Now 1-1, good delivery by Mulligan. 3 strikeouts on the day for Kalen Mulligan for Force, all of which came in the second inning. And those were big 3 punch-outs after allowing a leadoff walk. The walk has been killer for both sides. A whole host of them surrendered today. It is Amari Harris followed by Johnson and Wade at the top to get us underway in the third. 2-1 breaks down low for ball 3. But so far for Clutch, we have had a total of 4 walks. That patience has given them a lot of chances to score, but just unable to bring in that opening run. Mulligan's 3-1. Swing and a miss, now full. Good job by Mulligan, not giving up on the at-bat, still battling in. And now he has a chance to find his 4th strikeout in a row. And he will not get it, just misses too far inside. And for the 3rd inning in a row, the leadoff man is aboard via the walk. That is a trend that Mulligan will hope to break. But now back to the top we go with Jackson Johnson. Once again, Johnson just finishing up his freshman year at Canfield. Canfield represented on a bigger stage last night, but we will get to that in a moment. Strike 1 taken there, 0-1 the count on the shown bunt. But it was Landon Beitelschieß on the mound for Arkansas last night. The Canfield product coming to Arkansas by way of Ohio State after 2 years, and he really had a great performance last night. 5 innings of work, 3 hits allowed, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 9 punch-outs. Arkansas, unfortunately, falling at the hands of LSU 6-5 on a walk-off. And that was really a wild finish in the 9th inning. Arkansas up by 2. LSU able to tie it up. A great play over in left field. A great extension by the left fielder. Just couldn't bring it in. 2 runs scored there. And then the winning run scores on a ball screaming into right field. It goes down as a single, but so close to being caught as it tipped off of the shortstop's glove. And to make matters worse, all of that happened with a total of 2 outs recorded. But as they call Landon Cheese in Canfield, definitely a great job by him representing the Youngstown area on the national stage at Omaha. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Johnson. Mulligan looking for out number 1. Unable to get it, runs it inside, and it is a hard 90. Second time Johnson has been hit today. The first was on the base path. This time it's in the batter's box, and that'll put 2 on. Still nobody out for Chase Wade, the right fielder. Wade walked in his lone plate appearance so far, and on top of that, he stole a base. Both pitchers looking to settle in, trying to avoid the free passes, but so far that has dominated this contest. It is still early on in the summer, still early on in the tournament, but this is where you start to really need to work out the kinks as June is coming to a close soon. And once June is done, maybe 4 more tournaments, then your season is over. In around a month's time, it's NABF time, and then the final tournament of the summer. Bunt shown, hit foul down the right side, 0-1 the count. But these are the best chances these guys will have to prove to their high school that they deserve to be on the varsity roster, or if not on the varsity roster, deserve to be a key guy on JV or the freshman squad. These summer reps are very important. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. We saw it at Holy Name this year with Ryan Wisniewski out of nowhere getting a lot of game time for the Namers. And a lot of that came with a great summer. A guy that was kind of an afterthought to a guy that really is a top 3 or 4 producer on the squad. The 0-2. A good pop into right field, and it will fall. That is our first base hit of the game, and that will load up the bases with nobody out. Good contact by Wade, able to put that into right field, shallow enough to avoid the catch. And Clutch's offense all of a sudden getting rolling in the top of the third. 2 free passes, this time they earn it. And that'll bring up Johnny Kiveman. Kiveman so far 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field, but defensively he has been putting on a clinic. A total of 3 ground outs and 1 pop out recorded, so 4 for 4 in the field. And that is not easy to do over at second base, especially with a lot of close calls. 1-0 the count on the second baseman. Chopped weakly up the middle. This could be trouble. They throw home, and they will get the force at home for out number 1. High IQ play by the defense. Perfectly executed. That is a tough play to teach at this level, but it is perfectly done by Force. Let's take a second look. It's not bad contact up the middle. You see the shortstop in, and he is able to charge up. That is Terzel able to get that out at home. And that'll bring up Quinn Schmidt. Infield back to normal depth, and really that is a good decision given a double play ends the inning. The pitch. Gonna skip wide left and behind, and we are tied up at 1. Excellent job at third, reading the down angle. Runs 2 and 3 now in scoring position, but more importantly, 1-1 now the score. A tough break for the defense of Force. In the end, the job of the offensive Clutch is done. At least tie up the game. But now you have a chance to not only take your first lead of the game, but also add on some insurance. The 1-0. Schmidt takes off the plate. Now 2-0. A long inning here could really take the wind out of the Force's sails. Mulligan's 2-0. It's a good drive into the outfield and down in left field. It is an RBI single for Quinn Schmidt. Make it 2-1 Clutch. That'll be the visitors' first lead of the game as well. Excellent bit of hitting. Kind of similar to the first hit of the game. This one more of a clear-cut line drive. Doesn't matter what kind of hit it was. All it matters is that it is down, and that was the case. Puts runners at the corners and a chance for more damage. Runner goes. It's a pass ball, and that'll make it 3-1. And now the runner going over to third. He is in on indifference. From first to third, the runner goes, and the runner from third takes home. If you are Clutch, this is the dream inning so far. 1 out burned. 3 runs have scored. And it is a chance for Victor Rodriguez to bring in run number 4. This has definitely changed the trajectory of this game. Only 2 combined hits, both for Clutch. And after a whole host of walks, the offense finally doing something. And sometimes it just takes a little while to get rolling, and once they do, they truly are. Hard contact left side, now 2-1. Both teams did spend some time in the batting cages before this game, as you would expect. A beautiful facility here at Kent State. They have the baseball and softball training facility off to our left, named after David and Peggy Edmonds. Ball 2 taken, up and out. So now 3-1 the count, a chance to put another runner on for Jackson Stewart. The pitch. High hanger, going foul and out of play. Count now full 3-2. For Force in the bottom of the inning, it is going to be Gerard, Rachel, and Duke. Those are the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Payoff, a good crank into left center field. It is beyond everybody. It is extra bases for Victor Rodriguez. He is going to go for 3. The play at 3 will not be in time. He will slide on in. It is an RBI triple for the first baseman. Make it 4-1 Clutch. And he replaces the runner at third in the process. first extra base hit of the game. Rodriguez truly unleashes on the ball. Plenty of power, and you see him rounding the bases. No sign of stopping up until third. And the game has completely shifted to Clutch's game to win. Time now called, and I think we will see the call to the bullpen made by Force. A tough decision to make, but it's Clutch's offense getting rolling at the right time. Top of the third inning at Schoonover Stadium. We will take a quick break as the new pitcher warms up. That is David Pedraza, the second baseman, moving on into pitch. But still, with one down, Clutch Baseball in control of their own destiny. Up 4-1 on Force Ohio. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Pedraza all warmed up on the mound for Force as we are back to the action. Top of the third inning, one down, but it is Clutch Baseball up 4-1 on Force Ohio. Now stepping in, it is Jackson Stewart trying to bring in Rodriguez. And he will, by indifference, just stands on in, sets the pick, and the pass ball brings in run number 5. Clutch Baseball doing an excellent job on the bases, taking whatever they can get. And they are halfway to a 10 spot in the frame. Once again, refreshing the run rules. It is 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, and 8 after 5. Clutch Baseball up by 4, halfway to that run rule after 5 innings. Chopped foul by Stewart, now 1-1. But the big turning point of the inning was the base hit from Wade that loaded up the bases. Then a run scores after an excellent play at home. And then from there, two base hits, one single and one triple with a couple of pass balls mixed in does the rest. And that is where we sit now. 1-2 counts on Stewart, one down, bases cleared in the top of the third. Popped up right side. It's a tough play to make over at first base, but it is caught by Gerard for out number 2. Good work by the first baseman, able to get underneath that one. The sun not beating down as hard as it did a little while ago. Temperatures starting to get a little bit cooler. According to the weather app, we are about an hour out from the rain. So that is something that we will have to watch here, hoping to not have another day at Kent State postponed, not only for us, but also for this tournament and for the players who made the trip out here. Craig now steps in 0 for 0 on the day with a walk to his name. Almost gets hit there, just stands on in and takes ball 1. But 5-1 your score. Clutch changing this game completely after trailing through 2. Another take, that time the ball breaks over the plate, now 1-1. For Force in the bottom of the inning, it is Gerard, Rachel, and Duke in the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Their offense in search of a spark once again. The 1-1 put over the plate, ground ball hit to third. The throw across the diamond on a one-hop is passed, and that'll give first base to Craig. First error of the game outside of a pass ball recorded by the defenses combined. And once again, Clutch will have a runner on, and that'll bring up Mason Snyder. Snyder will be the 9th hitter of the inning for Clutch. And kind of as expected early on, the team batting 9 would score first and hold a lead. Then, as the game progresses, you would see the team that has 2 extra hitters take the lead, and that is what has happened here. But still plenty of time for that to change. But officially, we are nearing the 1 hour mark of this game. Might not get a full 7 in, whether it be via the run rule or via the time limit. One of two could definitely happen. We still do have a chance to get all 7 completed. First pitch hits the edge of the zone for strike 1. A lot of good offerings by Pedraza from this angle, definitely appearing slower than the starter of Mulligan, but combining speed with a slower pitcher to follow, not a bad combination for success. Runner goes 0-1. It is hit into the outfield, and it falls in for a 2-out single. Snyder keeps the train moving for Clutch. Another good hit. Right now, the outfield kind of playing a good depth. But if you are Clutch, your goal, just put the ball right in front of them. And pretty much every single time outside of Rodriguez's triple, they have done that exactly. Once again, not about how hard or how good of a swing you have. It's about what does the stat book say at the end. A single's a single, a run's a run. It does not discriminate. Swing and a miss, kind of an eephus there for strike 1. An excellent changeup by Pedraza, who was going strike-oriented to begin with the fastball initially. I believe that is his first pitch off speed of his outing. Kind of a mouthful there to describe, but definitely something to look at as he has varied up his pitches very nice. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, now 0-2. And going back to the tunneling. That time the pitch looked like it would fall a lot more, but in the end it just hangs up over the zone, and he gets strike 2. Now an 0-2 count, a chance to get out of the inning. The pitch, swing and a miss, and he does. The side is retired. 2 high swings and misses gets Pedraza and the defensive force out of the inning, but the damage has been done. 5 cross home for Clutch in the top of the 3rd. Middle 3 at Schoonover Stadium. It is the visitors on top, 5-1 of Force Ohio. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The Power Baseball Club having some members arrive here at Schoonover Stadium. They are up in around an hour's time. They are set to get underway at around 1 p.m. in Game 2 of our 4-game slate today as they take on Clutch Baseball. Clutch, in the meantime, as we enter the bottom of the third inning, kind of on cruise control after a big top of the third inning. 5-1 now the score as they're able to plate 5 runs in that top of the third inning. And that is definitely going to be looked at the turning point of this game. Without that frame, this could be a different contest. But right now, Force, after hitting well in the second inning, will need a lot more of that to get back into a good spot, trailing by 4. And if you are the Clutch offense, your goal is going to be pretty simple in the fourth. Add on more runs and potentially enforce that run rule a bit early. We've seen a lot of big games this summer, a lot of close games. But really our only big run rules that we've seen outside of the 5 runs after 8 came over at Lakewood as a part of the Diamond League tournament. And overall, over there, we saw a total of 3 run rules across the 3 championship games. Right now, the run rule still kind of on the horizon, but not necessarily close. Bender looking to settle into the frame. Misses off the plate, and it will be a 4-pitch walk to get us underway. It is Gerard, now Rachel, and Duke set to hit this inning for Force. And as I mentioned, this could be a big spot for them to get some runs back to make this a high-scoring affair, but still a competitive one. And once again, with rain still expected to arrive within the hour, now is the time to get the offense going as the game might get a little bit sloppier as the field does as well. First pitch in there for strike 1. Rachel in this game 0 for 1 with a pop out to second base to end the first. And that was Kyvan with one of his 4 putouts. Pass ball going against Clutch, and that will put run number 2 in scoring position for Force. We saw a lot of pass balls in the top of the inning. Now it is Clutch surrendering one themselves. Both teams need to get back to the basics. As I mentioned earlier on in the game, these guys trying to make a good impression with their high school coaches here in the summer to then get a chance at the varsity level next year to get some meaningful game time. The better you perform here, the better your chances are of getting those opportunities. Swing and a miss, now 1-2. Bender, a good elevated fastball. Definitely a good early candidate for player of the game. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. There is strike 3 for out number 1. A good delivery by Bender, and that will be his 3rd punch out of the game. Still a runner at second to deal with, as now that'll bring in the 4-hitter in Duke. Duke in the contest so far 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. First pitch missing upstairs for ball 1. And as this game kind of slows down for both sides with a good lead established for Clutch, this is where we are going to need to see resilience from Force and the same motivation from Clutch to get runs across. Both teams could easily go on cruise control, kind of take the rest of this game off, accepting the fate, whether it be the win or the loss, and focus on the next one. But this is where players really get to stand out. On top of staying with fundamental baseball, if you can show for 7 innings, regardless of if you win by 5, lose by 5, get run ruled, you name it. If you can hang in for all 7 innings or how many ever innings there are in the game and give your all from start to finish, that also stands out to coaches. At the high school level, we have seen a lot of insane comebacks this year, and you have to be willing to put in the work to get those. And Force right now a chance to get a comeback of their own down by 4. In the meantime, time has been called by Craig to go and talk to Bender. Not really surprised to see time called. They're just more of an opportunity for the pitcher to settle himself down and get back to his best. This is not the time to let your pitches get away from you. This is the time that you have to really focus on getting back to your best and bringing your best effort pitch after pitch. That time he misses off the plate for ball 3. The one positive with a walk here is that it would set up a double play ball. In the on-deck circle for Force, it is Pedraza. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, now 3-2. A risky pitch to go that low below the zone if you are the pitcher Binder, but I don't mind that offering. Attack down low, get the chase. Now the playing field is leveled. You have a chance to get out number 2 at the plate. The payoff pitch, hit right up the middle. It might sneak through, and it does. A true seeing eye single, and that'll put 2 runners on with 1 down. Ben Duke completely snuck that one through. Not really sure how it was able to clear not only the pitcher, but the middle of the infield. We will watch that one back. Just takes an awkward hop off of the mound. You see a good swipe attempt by Snyder. Kyvan tried to clean it up in the rear, just unable to get there in time. Perfectly placed ball, and that'll bring up Pedraza. A chance for Force to do some damage in the bottom of the 3rd. Runner will go, pitches down low for ball 1, and on indifference, it will be a stolen bag. No surprise to see Craig not offer down. 2 guys now in scoring position. A chance for Force to make this a 2-run game with 1 swing. The 1-0 runs inside for ball 2. As well in the on-deck circle, it is the tying run. And I think shrewdly time has been called by Clutch. I don't think this is going to be a pitching change per se, but if the bases do load, I kind of think you could see that change made. But it does appear the change is going to happen right now, maybe as well in an attempt to save his arm. That appears to be Gerchuk, the freshman from Western Reserve, coming on. And Bender will step off. His day is done. 2 1/3 innings of work. 1 run allowed. 2 and 3 would potentially be charged to him if these 2 runners score this inning. But otherwise, a solid outing, and he is still well in line to get the win based on his offense supplying him 5 runs to work with. As our new pitcher warms up, we will step aside. The call to the bullpen has been made. Landon Gerchuk on to throw when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Landon Gerchuk all ready to go on the mound. It's a 2-0 count to work with to Pedraza. It is pitcher versus pitcher. First pitch from Gerchuk is inside for ball 3. And with 1 more ball, the bases would be loaded with 1 down for Force. Down by 4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is a chance for Force Ohio to make their way back into this game. And the bases will indeed be loaded. Pedraza reaches with the 2nd free pass of the game that he has earned. The first one was a walk. The other one was a hard 90. And it appears we could have some more action in the bullpen for Clutch Elite. Grope going down with Binder to get ready to go. Tying run now in the box for Force. But keep in mind, a double play ends the inning. First pitch from Gerchuk down low and inside for ball 1. 3 pitches, 3 balls, I think all of which were inside. Landon Gerchuk trying to explore the space off to our right. He does, pops right side, and it will die foul. I think even if that ball was catchable, that might be one that you let go because the runner would most likely try to tag up. That's not an easy play to make. Say he made it on the edge of the dugout, still having momentum going forward. You would think he'd get potentially a 30-foot jump before even he has a chance to turn around. But we won't know. The 1-1 hits him. And that'll be run number 2 of the game scoring. Mulligan gets hit. Now a 3-run game. The go-ahead run now in the box. A very interesting third inning combined. 2 runs scoring for both squads in the first 2 frames. Now 6 combined in the third and counting. Third time's the charm for the offenses to get going in this contest, it appears. And it looks like we will have a courtesy runner. As Pedraza is the pitcher, he does have the option to have a runner come in. And now we see that option used. Jacoby Shadle, the catcher, 0-for-0 with a walk, steps in. He fouls that one back, 0-1. Same scenario, double play ball does end the inning. But a potential double ties up the game. Base hit could score 2 runs, and I feel like that would be the benchmark that Force wants to reach this frame. Now an 0-2 count. You can't just take 1 run from an inning that you have the bases loaded. We saw Clutch strand the bases loaded back in the first inning. Those runs come back to haunt teams. 0-2 low and inside for ball 1. Gerchuk starting to work faster on the mound. I think he understands the urgency of the situation. And as well, we have Ace Weigel, the now rising sophomore, running to the pen as well. 1-2, chopped foul off the bat. It'll be interesting to see who would come out of the pen next for Clutch Elite. The goal is to keep these guys under 50 pitches, keep them eligible for other games in the tournament, and then they'll go from there. But right now the focus is on this pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. But if this game is tied this inning, this would just overall be a bonkers frame. We've seen a lot of crazy baseball so far this summer, and that is what you would expect. But this game, definitely taking it to a new level, but Gerchuk able to lock in and get out number 2 at the plate. First strikeout of the game recorded by Landon Gerchuk. The relief pitcher now needs 1 out to get out of this defensive scare. Keep in mind the tying run at first base, go ahead in the box. And that go ahead run is Cannon Driscoll. Driscoll takes strike 1, lower portion of the zone. And now Force, after taking a lot of pitches, might get a little bit more aggressive here. Still only 1 single for them in the game. Now an 0-2 count. And this is where Gerchuk's ramping up his speed is going to really be killer for this offense. Not much time to work with in between pitches. Gerchuk trying to get out of the inning here. Won't do it, misses upstairs for ball 1. I would say intentionally missing more than anything. And once again, I don't mind it. 2 low, 1 upstairs. You might think it hits the top of the zone as it really has not been established by Gerchuk. You swing, you miss, inning over. That time it's taken. 1-2 back down low, and we are even. The pitcher for Clutch Elite have done a great job with tunneling, but also at the same time varying up locations. The 2-2 fouled back. Driscoll, just like so many of his teammates, he has a walk to his name in this game. After Driscoll, it goes to Westendorf. And then from there, back to the top of the order. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball left side. This could do some damage, but instead it is right to the third baseman. He will get the force at third, and the side is retired. Credit to Clutch's defense. After allowing the bases to get loaded, they only allow 1 run to score. End of 3 at Kent State. It is Clutch baseball up 5-2 on Force Ohio. Experiencing pain of any kind? call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. End of 3, 5-2 your score. Clutch Elite on top of Force Ohio. Take a look at your screen right now. You see the sun. Take it in, as this might be it for the sun today. Behind us, it is not looking too good. A lot of dark gray skies. 12:45 scheduled rain. Hopefully that will not happen. We have been kind of hosed by the rain a couple of times this year. Hoping it does not happen again today. But so far this contest, kind of what we expected. A 5-2 game, Force trailing, but Clutch Elite still doing a good job offensively, but not enough to put this game to bed. This has been a game of, okay, our offense has been good, but we need that one final knockout punch, and that knockout punch just not here yet. Popped up on the infield. Pedraza forces the pop out, and it will be caught. It is the new second baseman making that play for out number 1. That is Driscoll coming over for that play. Driscoll coming over as well from left field to play in that spot. Kind of a tough play to make there. Once again, the sun still out for the time being. But it's 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring in Amari Harris, the 11 hitter. This could be an inning where that knockout punch could come, but with 1 up, 1 down, not likely. For Force in the bottom of the inning, it is Westendorf, Terzel, and Girard. That is their 9, 1, and 2 hitters. First pitch, upstairs, ball 1. Pedraza trying to work all around the horn in the zone, kind of going with the 9-box drill. The zone built into 9 different portions, working from left to right of our vantage point to hit them all. That time goes top right and connects. 1-1 the count. But overall, a lot of good challenging pitches from Pedraza. Not as much speed as Mulligan on the mound, but as I mentioned, you bring in your fast pitcher first, followed then by a slower pitcher. That gives him a slight leg up to get some good pitches right past the batters. It happens a lot at the high school level, especially guys trying to build up some arm strength. You bring them in after a guy who throws in the mid to high 80s. Good chance for success. Ball 3 taken upstairs. Speaking of balls and overall walks, we've seen a lot of free passes in this game. That has really told the story of this contest. And that is a good drive down the line into left. It will be fair, and it will be extra bases as it dies in the corner. Harris into 2. He will take the turn and stay put. It is a 1-out double for Amari Harris. Pedraza let one hang at the top of the zone, and Harris said, "I'll take that one." That definitely would have fallen in for a strike, but in the end, it's Harris roping it down the line, top of the order back up, and that is a runner in scoring position to work with. One of the biggest swings we've seen today. Second extra base hit of the contest for Clutch Baseball. Harris joins Rodriguez, who has the other. Jackson Johnson, the now sophomore at Canfield, a chance to get another run on the board. And it appears that the runner does take third. but just excellent all the way around from this offense. First pitch missing, low and out for ball one. Johnson a chance to go into that playoff mindset to get the job done here. Back pick down the line, and it is into the outfield. The throw is drawn, and Harris will score, make it 6-2. But now it looks like we are going to see the runner sent back. Looking to see the designation for it. Usually it would be a dead ball. But there is really no designation given for that play. Score remains 5-2. Now a 3-0 count on Johnson. Johnson in this game has walked and has been hit by a pitch, and as well has been hit by a throw down to second base as well. The 3-0. On the inside edge for strike one. And Johnson thought that was ball four. We see that so often. A lot of pitches definitely close to the zone. You think you're getting the call, but in the end, not getting it. 3-1. Runs inside. That time it's ball four. And for the third time today, Johnson will reach safely. With a double play ball set up, if that run doesn't score, how pivotal is that call to rule the play dead on that wayward throw down the line? Clutch still trying to get something this inning, and I think it will start with a Johnson steal here. What do you know? He's going. And it will be a pass ball as well. There could be a play at home. There is not. He is safe. And into third is Johnson. Turned the corner at 2 and took third. 6-2 now the score. And you have run number 7 also now in scoring position. No surprise that Johnson took off there given the scenario. But I did not expect him to get all the way around to third. But the pass balls have been killer in this game. That pitch missing up and out for ball 2. Once again, now the run rule's in play. 10 runs after 4, 8 after 5. 4-run game. Clutch, not necessarily close to that 8 runs, but still, they could get there with a few more scoring this inning. Another inning like the last, and I kind of think they're going to get there. But Force still definitely in this contest. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch, it will just hit the top of the zone for strike 1. Good offering from Pedraza, able to just nick that top. And with a 3-0 count, expanded zone, not a bad spot to put that ball. 3-1 will miss down low, and once again we have runners at the corners. And if you are Clutch, the goal right now is just move along. Bait a throw. If the throw goes wide or if there's a pass ball, you take an extra base. Station to station works for now, but that becomes station 2 stations ahead at some point. Runner will go upstairs, and on indifference, he will take off from first to second. Not surprised to not see that throw down. The importance right now is preventing runs from scoring. You're down by 4. You're trying to keep this game going for as long as possible, albeit with a time limit and run rule potentially in effect soon. If you're Force, this is where you just force the time to keep going, and you force the game along without that run rule. Good strike 1 there from Pedraza getting the chase. Johnny Kiveman, the second baseman, looking to reach again. Reached last time on a fielder's choice. Ball 2 taken inside. Kiveman able to duck out of the way in the lefty's batter's box. Looking at guys who really have impressed me for next year, Kiveman maybe at the top of the list. And that is also why it is roped down the line and right. 1 run will score. They will send a second home, and he will be in. It's a 2 RBI single for Johnny Kiveman. Make it 8-2 Clutch. And once again, if I needed any more reason to say why this kid can be a stud at the varsity level, here it is. Wouldn't be surprised to see him become a starter this upcoming year at Norton if he can continue doing this. Kiveman, a whole host of putouts in the field, and now 2 RBIs. 6-run game. It is Clutch in a very good spot. And as the umpires do convene, it looks like we will not have anything change. But an excellent rope down the line. Hard hit ball. Not an easy play to make it first, but credit to Gerard. He tried getting over there. Sometimes you just can't get there. Now it is Quinn Schmidt stepping in. He had an RBI single in his last plate appearance. Throwback to one, not in time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kiveman take off on the pitch. But Schmidt has reached safely twice. Outside of that aforementioned RBI single, he has also walked. Top of the fourth inning, looking just like the top of the third. Runner will go. It's outside, and on indifference, he will reach safely. 1-0 the count. I'll tell you what, Clutch Baseball making an early case to be the #1 seed in the pool. And if that happens, look out. The 1-0. Chopped left side. It will be playable down the third base line. Runner almost in a rundown. Play to one is not in time, and the runner is into third. Kiveman forcing that fielder's choice to not work. It'll go down, I believe, as an infield single. And you see Kiveman get that extra extension off the bag on his secondary. You see it top of your screen. The ground ball, he goes into no man's land, makes the third baseman look him back, and then down the line at first, he gives just enough time for Schmidt to reach. Now it's Rodriguez, who has been very dangerous in this game, stepping back in. A strikeout and an RBI triple to his name. Another ball like the triple, and now it's 10-2. But for now, it's 8-2. That pitch missing inside for ball 2. But as of right now, all of the bounces going in favor of Clutch. And Clutch Elite has been tremendous in this game, and they are deserving of this scoreline. That pitch hangs, but hits the top of the zone for strike one. 4 more runs in this frame, and we could see the run rule enforced at the bottom of the inning. And keep in mind, we also do have a time limit to keep a close eye on. The 2-1. It goes behind, and that'll make it 9-2. Taking the turn at 2 is Schmidt. He will stay put. Now a 7-run game. That's why you read that down angle, or in this case, the pass ball going wide right. This is a game with the stars of tomorrow. Clutch Elite. They have a lot of great talent, and I think you're going to see a lot of these guys be potential All-Ohio candidates at the varsity level, whether it be next year or in the years to come. And that is ball 4 to Rodriguez. That was one of the main things I wanted to see coming into the game. Who should I have on my radar as underclassmen to make an impact in the OHSAA? Kiveman's on there, Rodriguez, really this whole Clutch baseball squad, they are making that list. That's a hard 90, and the bases are now loaded. Stewart has one pitch, run inside and hit him. Still one down. It's C.J. Craig, the catcher, back in. Time now called, and this could be the second call to the bullpen made by Force in this contest, and I would assume it is. Pedraza came in earlier for Mulligan, but I believe his outing on the mound at least will be over. We will see if that change ends up happening. Either way, in the 1 o'clock time slot, or really depending on how long this game goes, after this, we will have game 2 of our 4-game slate today. It is Power Baseball taking on Clutch Elite at 1. Then at 3:15, we see Force once again as they take on the MAF Gators. Then at 5:30, we get to see potentially the prospect of the tournament in Brock Berkwin and his Match Factory Berkwin squad take on the Mentor Cardinals. More on Brock in that game, but to preview it, he was a key contributor this year for Canton Central Catholic as they made it all the way to the regional final, losing to, I believe, eventual state champions of Waynedale. The call has been made to the bullpen. It is number 11, Jack Rachel, on to throw for Force Ohio, so we will step aside as he warms up. It's another big inning for Clutch. 9-2 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238 888-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bases loaded, one down in the top of the fourth inning, and the call to the bullpen has been made by Force Ohio. It is going to be Jack Rachel wearing number 11, now on to throw in place of Pedraza. And his first pitch will be in the zone, 0-1 the count. It is C.J. Craig, the catcher, looking to bring in a few more runs this inning for clutch. Fouling that one away, now 0-2. Once again, the run rules. 10 runs after 4, 8 runs after 5. And this game officially would be marked dead at 12:48 via the time limit. It was right on the borderline of 48-49. If an inning would have to start at one of those two times, the game would most likely be over. And that is in around 25 minutes. 0-2, swing and a miss. There's a big out, number 2. One batter faced, one punch out for Rachel. And on 3 pitches, no less. 2 down, and it goes to Snyder. 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. If no more damage is done, this will be the second time the bases would be stranded loaded today by clutch. And looking at the scoreboard, not looking like it will matter in the end. 5 runs in the third, 4 runs so far in the fourth. Snyder takes down low for ball 2. And keep in mind, the home team, which is Force, will still have one final chance to hit, regardless of what happens in this frame. It's popped into right field, and it will be caught to retire the side. Duke underneath it prevents any more damage from Clutch's offense, but still, plenty of damage has been done. Damage to the tune of 4 runs. Middle of 4 at Schoonover Stadium. It is Clutch Baseball, up by 7 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. bottom four here at Schoonover Stadium. It is all Clutch baseball. 9-2 your score. Clutch Elite on top of Force Ohio. A great game for the boys in orange/yellow, depending on how you want to look at those jerseys. Kind of a mixture of both. But they have been on fire today, regardless of how you view those jerseys. Welcome back once again. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon now. This game starting at around 10:48 to 10:49 a.m. Now about an hour and 45 in. Fly ball into the outfield, caught at short for out number one. Convert by Snyder to track it down just into left center field. And that'll retire Westendorf. Back to the top we go. It is Gavin Terzo, the shortstop. If you are watching on at home and you have to play Clutch Elite later on in this tournament, this is a team that is going to make some noise, and they are definitely a scary squad. A lot of good pitching, a lot of good hitting, and overall great base running. The decision making from this group has been tremendous, and at the 15U level, I am really impressed by how well they have played. This is supposed to be a group of up-and-comers who are trying to make a name for themselves. But I feel like that name has already been made based on how they have played this game. And I think a couple of other teams in this tournament can definitely make that claim already. The 1-1 down low for ball two. Once again, yesterday, one of the games between the MAF Gators and Mash Factory Berkwin suspended due to rain. That was 2-0 MAF. But otherwise, no completed games yet in the tournament. Once again to Snyder at short. The throw to one is in time for out number two. It's 2 up, 2 down to begin the bottom of the fourth. And right now, all signs are pointing towards the fifth inning being the final frame of this game. So Force most likely down to their final 4 outs. And they have to keep that in mind as they try to get through this. Keep in mind the time right now, 12:29. Around now 20 minutes away from the run rule. Or excuse me, more the time limit, but still the run rule could happen in the next inning regardless. A 1 count on Gerard. Gerard in this game 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Force Ohio will be back up to play at 3:15 against the MAF Gators. And that'll be a fun one for us here on SmeeSports as we get to see Holy Name freshman Luke Hudak in action. We have seen a lot of Holy Name guys on the channel this summer, and that's always good to see as we were partnered with Holy Name Baseball for the spring as we cover the majority of their games. I believe in the end doing a total of 14, so half of their season. And speaking of that, all of our games that we have done live are still under the live tab on the YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch those whenever. 1-2 count on Gerard. The pitch misses down low for ball two. But looking at that pitch, once again, you kind of see on the bottom of your screen that tag applied by Craig. A good idea just in case they do call strike 3 and it's dropped. You have the tag and the inning's over. 2-2, line drive into right center field. It will be caught to retire the side. Johnson able to track it down and no damage will be done. A nicely hit ball into the outfield by Gerard, but it is the speed of the leadoff hitter, Jackson Johnson. And that is enough to keep the ball from going into the gap. End of 4 at Schoonover Stadium. Clutch Elite in the driver's seat, up 9-2 on Force Ohio. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top 5 at Schoonover Stadium. Clutch Elite in the driver's seat, up 9-2 on Force Ohio. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel this morning and now this afternoon. So 3 more games scheduled for today. Once again, we do have some storm clouds rolling in off to our left. They are now hanging over the outfield. We will show it on the screen right now. You can see the darkness on the top left of your screen specifically. That is what we are getting in from most likely the Cleveland area, which from what I have heard is a lot of rain. Not like last night in regards to the wind, but the rain definitely on part of the storms that really pummeled Northeast Ohio last night. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. It is 9, 10, and 11 this frame for Clutch Elite, Grobe, Bender, and Harris. And it might not be Bender, it might be going to Garchuk. And it appears that the pitcher versus pitcher swap will bring in Garchuk as he is in the on-deck circle. And actually on the mound, it is Terzel for Force. The 1-2 misses inside for ball 2. Kind of tough to see the jersey numbers from up here given the faded blue and white combination. Terzel looking for out number 1. And instead it is roped down the left side, foul. Good swing, but not enough to straighten that one out. Once again, stay with us after this game for game number 2 of the day. It is Power Baseball taking on Clutch Elite. And if Clutch can win that game, they are one step closer to making it to the championship bracket. Top 3 teams out of this 6-team stage will reach the final 3. And that final 3 will be formatted pretty simply with 2 playing 3. And then from there, the winner of that game plays the number 1 seed in the championship game. Here comes the payoff pitch. It's off the plate for ball 4. The leadoff man is now aboard for the Clutch. And their goal is to enforce the run rule at the end of this inning, whether it be the run rule or potentially the time limit, as we are, I believe, 14 minutes away from it now. 13 if it's 48, 14 if it is 49. Strike 1 taken. Garchuk so far a good outing on the mound. A little bit of damage surrendered, but not enough to really change this game. And now he is 1 for 1 at the plate. It's a good single taken the opposite way into right field. 2 up, 2 on for Clutch. They have been a tremendous offense today, taking free passes, getting on whenever they can, and that is really a good recipe for success. That recipe has been pretty much executed to perfection in this game. Now the 11-hitter Amari Harris steps in. He doubled his last time up. And that was a great hit by Harris nonetheless. The pitch. Thought about it, but leaves it upstairs. Won't matter in the end. It is strike 1. Amari Harris just finished up his freshman year at West Muskingum High School. The 0-1. Fly ball into right field. Underneath it for Force's Duke. And it will fall in fair territory. It's an obscure single, a long obscure single for Amari Harris. And that will load up the bases. It just went left of the foul line. That is a killer play in the outfield. He lets it go thinking it's going to go foul, and then the runners would tag up. But in the end, that play allows the runners to move up because it is a fair ball. Bases loaded. It's Jackson Johnson stepping in. Johnson, 2 walks and a hard 90 to his name. Ground ball hit left side of the infield, scoops up at short. The throw to 2 is just in time for out number 1, but that will bring in run number 10 of the game for Clutch Elite. Good bit of hitting by Johnson. A fielder's choice still is the score of it, but that won't matter. A run is a run, and assuming the score holds at the end of this frame, the run rule will be in effect. And that was really the priority of the offense. Get that run rule to happen if possible. Runner goes. They will eat it. Johnson once again in safe. And the base stealing efforts of Clutch has definitely given them a leg up in this contest, and that is really no surprise. The 1-0 runs inside, now 2-0. If the bases would load, it goes to Kiveman. And Johnny Kiveman, definitely a candidate for player of the game. It'll be presented by the Health ECU Chiropractic Center, so stay tuned at the end of this broadcast after our final commercial break when we will announce the winner of that award. Fouled away by Wade, now 2-1. Definitely a nice change of pace covering the 15U division. Usually we're doing 16U through 18U on the channel this summer. But now going to the Stars of Tomorrow, we get a sneak peek as to who can be those key contributors in a few years' time in those same divisions. And that is always a fun thing to see. The runner will take home, and he is in. I think they called him out, but wow. A pull decision to send the runner, and that is out number 2. Still a runner at second to have to worry about. Pops up, and it will go foul. Full count on Wade. But definitely an obscure way to get out number 2 at the plate. I don't mind the aggression, though, from Clutch Elite. Almost paid off. And now the payoff pitch. Fly ball into right field. If this one's caught, it won't matter. And it will be taken in to retire the side. A good routine flyout ends the inning. But still, 1 run scores, and it is a pivotal run. The run that would enforce the run rule at the end of this frame. Last ups for Force unless they can get something going. 10-2 your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Last ups for Force Ohio. It is Clutch Elite on top in this one. 10-2 your score. The run rule would be put into effect at the end of the inning. Otherwise, the time limit would end the game for Force unless they have a really quick frame that also results in a run scoring. That, however, seemingly unlikely. Stay with us for game number 2 after this one. It is going to be the Power Baseball Club taking on Clutch Elite. Landon Gerchuk still on the mound, looking to close this one out for Clutch Elite. The 2-0. In there for strike 1. You can definitely feel the wind picking up off to our side. Initially, from what we were told based on AccuWeather /19 News, 12:45, the rain is supposed to start. And if that is going to be the case, which my watch has said this whole hour, there is rain in the area. We are about 90 seconds away from the first droplets. 3-1 count, the pitch. A good drive into left center field, and it will be down for extra bases. Rachel, an excellent swing to get us underway in the bottom of the fifth, and he is into third. So this game might not be over quite yet. A beautiful swing from Rachel. All of the power needed, and you see that swing just carrying over the left and center fielders. Nobody out. Duke comes in. And as well, if the rain does come down, sloppiness could then give the game to Force Ohio in this final half inning. Still 8 runs to get, but the rain is truly the great equalizer. If Force can really play their cards right here, this game is far from over. Weakly chopped right side, but it will break foul, probably to the benefit of Force. It's 0-1. But outside of that next game, we also have Force Ohio back on the channel again today at 3:15 as they take on the MAF Gators. Then at 5:30, it is Match Factory Berkwin taking on the Mentor Cardinals. Should be some fun games here for the second Kent State invite. That pitch missing down low, 1-1 the count. The first Kent State invite for the 16 and 17U division ended up being delayed and postponed. The overall seeding winner was, I believe, Premier Ohio Gambetta. They came in first with second place belonging to Clutch. The 1-1 in there for strike two. Beautiful pitch from Garchuk. Garchuk has been tremendous in this outing so far. He, along with Binder, have really held this Force Ohio offense. The 1-2 hits him. No, it doesn't. It is a pass ball, and that is run number 3 coming in. It looked like it was going to hit him, but in the end, it misses him, and that gets the run in. Truly an obscure play right there. A tough one to look at, but if that was a dead ball, that puts him at the corners. But 2-2 count, out number 1 still right here for the taking if you are Garchuk. Won't get it quite yet as that one is chopped foul off of an ankle. As well, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. The 2-2, fouled away. As well, subscribe down below, put on the notification bell. That way you will always be notified whenever we have an upload or we go live. As mentioned, our goal is 4,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year, and if possible, by the end of summer coverage. The 2-2 once again, swing and a miss. There's out number 1. Good pitch by Garchuk. That is his second K of the game. And he is 2 outs away from winning this game for Clutch Elite. Time now 12:47, and the run rule will not be in effect, but the time limit will be. As expected, these are now the official confirmed last ups of Force Ohio. I believe the first time that the time limit is going to burn a team in a game that we have covered this season. But it is tough with so many games to play. You always have to go with the time limit. You have to keep the games going along. If one goes too long, then all of a sudden the whole day is thrown out of whack. 1-1 now the count as Pedraza unable to connect. After Pedraza, it goes to Kaylin Mulligan. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, now 1-2. Force Ohio down by 7 in the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2. 2 punch outs in a row. 3 strikeouts on the day for Garchuk. And finally, Clutch Elite can sound the final countdown. Clutch 1 out away from sealing a victory in the matinee of the day. Mulligan, the last guaranteed batter of the game for Force Ohio. If he reaches, the game continues. If not, it will end here. The pitch. Off the plate and behind for ball 1. Game number 2 expected to start at around potentially 1:15 to 1:30, depending on how quick we can actually have the players warm up. Clutch Elite is not the worry, but Power Baseball must have adequate time to get ready to go. The 1-0, chop left side, now 1-1. But I think they'll have a pretty quick warm-up session, just simply getting things going, get it done, and then they will be ready to play some baseball. And then so will we for game number 2. And on top of that, the weather could derail the start time of game number 2, but we will have to see in the coming moments. The 1-1 runs inside, just missing him for ball 2. Second time a ball almost hits a batter this frame. That one definitely not. The first one a lot less convincing. Gerchuk's 2-1. Popped right side, and it will fall foul. Now 2-2. Mulligan and company down to their final strike of the game. Once again, stay tuned after our final commercial break, where we will announce the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. A lot of good candidates on this Clutch Elite squad. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Just missing down low. Clutch thought that was it, but they will have to wait one more offering. 3-2 count. Mulligan looking to keep the game alive for at least one more batter. Gerchuk looking to close the door here. Chopped foul. He will have to wait again. Still down the stretch, a lot of foul balls that has been a constant throughout this game. You have to respect the grit and grind of this Force Ohio squad. If they can play with this grit and get a couple of more runs in the next game, they have a good shot against the MAF Gators in the 3:15 time slot. The payoff pitch again. Pops up, and it will go foul. Actually, it will take a skim off of the net and stay in play, but no possible effort could have gotten that one. Shadle still warming up in the on-deck circle, hoping to have one more chance in the box. 2 payoff pitches so far. The third one is popped up on the infield, going foul, and it will drop once again. Third foul ball of the sequence, and we will see a 4th payoff pitch. Gerchuk having to work for out number 3 to win the game. Mulligan doing a great job making him work for it. So far in this game, he has grounded out to second base and has been hit by a pitch. 3 payoffs so far. No difference between the 2. The payoff for the 4th time. It misses down low. And finally, Mulligan wins the at-bat. The game will continue for a little while longer. Shadle now will step in. If you are Clutch Elite, I don't think you are going to make a call to the bullpen or even a mound visit unless the situation becomes dire. And right now, I don't think this qualifies. That definitely could change if Force can put on a couple of runs. Throwback to 1, not in time. Still a good idea on the mound by Gerchuk, not afraid to work the runner, even though this game is all but over. Shadle so far has walked and has struck out. Fly ball into shallow left center. It will fall in for a 2-out single. Throw back to 2, not in time. The game will continue. Good bit of hitting by Shadle, able to have that one just drop in there. And that'll bring up Cannon Driscoll, the left fielder. A walk and a fielder's choice to his name in the game. Runs 4 and 5 on the base path. Number 6 in the box. 7 in the on-deck circle. 8 in the hole. The pitch. Fly ball right side. This could do it. Under it at first is Rodriguez, and he will have it. Clutch Elite will win game number 1 of the day. 10-3 your final. It's an excellent catch by Rodriguez over at first base, and that is a great way to bookend one heck of a performance in his first outing of the day. Still one more game for Clutch Elite after this one, but we have one final commercial break. Then we will be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by the Health ECU Chiropractic Center. This is the 965 Midwest Challenge's Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. For the adults watching, Here Comes the Bride should be an anthem that you know kind of by heart by now. Here is its lesser known and also less respected counterpart, Here Comes the Rain. 10-3 the final in game number 1. Clutch Elite taking home the victory over Force Ohio. Your player of the game presented by the Health ECU Chiropractic Center. It could go to a number of guys in this game. So many clutch players for Clutch Elite. But I am going to give it to the guy who not only offensively, but defensively sparked this team, and that is Johnny Kiveman, the second baseman. A lot of putouts early on. He kept Force at bay for the most part, and on top of that, he had 2 RBIs, which in the end proved to be somewhat pivotal in this game as it kind of helped them get a solid start. Either way, this is kind of what we wanted to see from this Clutch Elite squad. Good base running, good vision, good play all the way around, and good hustle. They got the job done. Force Ohio, some things to work on. They need to score a few more runs in these games, and they also need to get some defensive plays down. A couple of bounces not going their way. That happens in these games, but they will have a chance for redemption at 3:15 today as they take on the MABF Gators. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year or by the end of our summer sports coverage. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. That'll do it for game number 1. You can switch on over to game league number 2 as Power Baseball takes on Clutch Elite in our second contest of 4 this afternoon. In the meantime, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Schoonover Stadium, and we will see you again in a few moments. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge.